for me, the real most underrated thing about Rockstar is actually their utterly captivating character writing. And there's no better example of this than Arthur Morgan, one of the greatest characters in not just games, but all of fiction. The type of guy you would run into in real life and think to yourself, let's not mess with him. But the key reason as to why Arthur may just be one of the greatest and most compelling characters of all time is how much deeper his persona goes than just that. It's clear that while Arthur is certainly not a good man, he has a sense of almost admirable duty and respect for those he considers close to him, the type of man willing to die in the blink of an eye for anyone he considers family, like the gang. However, as the story begins to progress more and more, Arthur starts to struggle with the things he and the gang are doing, and seeing the pain he is causing so many innocent people starts to slowly form a seed in Arthur's mind, wondering if what he's doing is even right. And maybe the single best example of this is one event in the story that is the crucial point at which Arthur begins to turn: the Downs family incident. You see, the Downs family owed a large debt to an individual that Arthur was working for as a debt collector. And when Arthur arrives at this family's house, he is greeted by the father Thomas as he begs and pleads to Arthur, exclaiming that he can't afford to give him any money because his family is already destitute and barely surviving. But Arthur is a ruthless outlaw and immediately begins screaming and prodding the man, eventually resulting in Arthur beating him completely senseless in front of his own family and children. A short time after this encounter, Arthur receives news that Thomas has died, and that the debt he was given has now been transferred to the widowed Edith, who turns to prostitution in order to keep her starving son alive through endless struggle. And it's in this moment, along with so many others, that really start to make Arthur reflect on the man he truly is. Suddenly, he is paying families back out of a sense of dread for what he's done to them, refusing to even let them thank him because of the immense guilt he feels in the shadow of his past. And this heroic redemption art of sorts comes to a tumultuous head when it's revealed later in the game that out on a recent mission, Arthur himself has contracted tuberculosis and has little time left to live. And in the face of his own death and utter annihilation, Arthur dedicates himself to becoming a better man. And it's a testament to the immaculate writing how such a ruthless character can become so beloved by the end, all while going on a real hero's journey, the type that isn't sugar-coated by Hollywood and Disney nowadays. A man defined by immense strength, but also an even deeper sense of love and duty, one of the greatest character stories ever told. If you've ever heard someone say video games aren't art, well, they just haven't met and played as Arthur Morgan yet.